Welcome in, everyone. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Tarot and Astro Insights, and we're going to talk about this new moon. We have a new moon in Pisces today at 9 degrees, and this is a major collective energy of introspection. When I think of Pisces energy, it is the end of the zodiac, and so we are at a pivotal point when it comes to a karmic reset, a cosmic reset. Pisces is the end and the beginning, and so we really need to connect with our intuition when it comes to this new beginning. This new moon, this lunation has some very significant aspects connected to Mars, Jupiter, and Venus. And these are definitely influencing the intense energies that we are experiencing. And so we've got this prominent established Pisces stellium. And with the new moon in Pisces, this is bringing a total of 6 planets in the last sign of the zodiac. And so this energy is loud. The mega conjunction, the stellium, all of this is intensifying the Piscean pull when it comes to materializing our dreams. And I did notice 111 on the timer, and that is all about instant manifestation. So where do you need to dissolve boundaries? Where do you need to instill boundaries? And where do you need to find your strength and your bravery to step into the unknown? So let's talk about how these energies are going to play out in the collective, because deep inside, we already know the answers. We already have all of the answers. We already know the path when it comes to becoming who we are meant to become. And so these energies are really showing us where we have been bombarded with all of these societal expectations, all of these rules and regulations, and all of these conditioned beliefs. And so right now, we're remembering who we are when it comes to the forgetfulness because of all of these conditioned beliefs and societal expectations. And so right now, we are activating our inner design when it comes to embracing our unique essence. And so this new moon is pretty loud. We've got some pretty important aspects. At the local time of the new moon in my area, the ascendant will be in Virgo at 27 degrees orb 35. This is a major energy of blending the Ace of Wands with the Nine of Wands. And so together we've kind of got a 10 of Wands. And so where do you need to release a heavy burden? Because the descendant side, we've got this massive Piscean energy on the right side of the chart with a little bit of Aries energy, which is asking us to heal that wound. There is this judgment energy coming through of the teacher of the teachers. I was shown the judgment card with the 7 of Wands. And then we've got this wheel energy being presented when it comes to moving forward from this emotional stagnation, or this 5 of Cups energy was very prominent. And so this Pisces stellium really is affecting our day-to-day reality. Things are shifting rapidly. And I do feel we're going to be in our feels regardless. And so let's talk about the new moon in a trine to Cancer, because this trine is really beautiful, right? This is going to foster that nurturing drive to pursue our goals, to pursue our dreams, and to bring those into manifestation. And so we're kind of all being encouraged to align with our actions, to align with our truth, with our emotional, intuitive insights. And we are being prompted to be a little bit more compassionate when it comes to being assertive and finding the courage to initiate whatever process is being activated for your own personal journey. And so oftentimes our choices don't make sense to anyone else but us. So trust in what makes perfect sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else. And we are being called to move forward. The Mars energy, now that it's no longer in retrograde, although we're dealing with the post-shadow retrograde energy, Mars is saying we need to take action. What is it that you're being pulled to take action towards? Because even if we have to face challenges, the Mars energy is saying we have to overcome existing beliefs that no longer work for us, because we do have this new moon in a square to Jupiter, and Jupiter is expanding that energy. We're still in the post retrograde energy of Jupiter in Gemini as well. And so there's a lot of truths being told. There's a lot of truths coming to light. And then there's going to be this truth being activated, and you're going to be like, oh my God, all of the truths that I believed my entire life are probably not even true at all. And so we've gone as far as we can go, I feel, in certain areas of our life. And I did notice 444. The number syncs have been constant. They've been loud. We are in a major portal of timeline shifting. And so right now, you've only gone as far as you can go with a certain situation. And so when I think of Gemini, it's like, I'm only going to believe it if I can see it. Sagittarius energy knows the soul's truth. And so right now, we can't really measure the truth by what we can see. It's not quantified. It's not measured. You can't logically explain the truth, which is the energy of the moon square Jupiter in Gemini. And so right now, there's a massive need for discernment. There's going to be endings. There's going to be people leaving our lives. And it's really essential to focus on realistic goals right now, right? And so you might be inspired with a grand vision under the new moon in Pisces. And there might be this spark for this thirst for deeper knowledge and to find that truth. But there's a warning, right? Because Gemini is going to overload the mental capacity of the processing, and it becomes very scattered when that happens. And so during this time, we really have to avoid taking on more than we can handle. And then we do have the new moon in a contra-parallel to Venus in Aries, which is about to go retrograde on the 1st of March. And so this is a very, very intense contrast when it comes to blending our emotional needs and our desires, right? And so there's a realignment that's going to bring to light any internal conflicts that where maybe you denied a deep yearning for an emotional connection with somebody, or where you've denied this desire for independence and to break free from a connection that has hindered your self-expression. And so there's going to be endings, there's possibilities of new beginnings. And we have to navigate this energy very carefully when it comes to keeping our balance, right? We do have to honor our personal needs and our personal desires. And we also got to try to maintain harmony within relationships. And so this new moon really is an invitation to self-discovery, emotional renewal. We have to harness the supportive energy of Mars, I think, and we have to be cautious with Jupiter's expansive influence, because this is very intense. And Venus is all about our desires, our goals, our values, our self-worth. And so how can you use the energies of this new moon to set those intentions that are going to align with your true self? Because ultimately, we are at this major cosmic reset. And I did have a couple of downloads when it comes to the third eye messages. And I was shown the world card with the lovers. And the sun in Pisces energy, I felt, was deeply connected to that vision. And so we think of the world. It's cycles that keep recurring that we need to reach completion with. And so we're kind of reaching a sense of wholeness, right? Pisces is the infinite. It is the whole of everything, of all of the zodiac signs combined. It is the whole of everything. And so there's going to be divine interventions, I feel, over the coming days. And whatever divine interventions take place, it's guiding you forward. We always got to consider a divine intervention as a blessing in disguise. The lovers. This is about choice. We all have a choice, right? We can choose to repeat negative karmic cycles and repeat those relationship cycles over and over again, or we can choose divine, deep soul connection. And so these themes are definitely being reinforced when it comes to union, duality, alignment, and especially alignment with our higher path. I was also shown the Justice card and the Three of Swords, and I felt that was strongly connected to Jupiter and Gemini, because at the time of the new moon in my local area, Jupiter will be transiting through the 9th house. The 9th house for me is always the labyrinth of the mind, going deep into the subconscious. So when I think of justice, the Justice card connected to that Jupiter and energy, Jupiter and Gemini energy, it's about truth. It's about a karmic reckoning. And so there's going to be a decision likely that's going to have to be made on truth rather than illusion. And so there is a process, I feel, of disillusionment in the energies, because Pisces also rules illusions, and the Three of Swords is suggesting heartbreak. And I did receive some very upsetting news right before I decided to jump on and record the message. And so I received some very painful, heartbreaking news. And so there's going to be separation. There's going to be heartbreak. There could be painful realizations. And this is necessary to get to that difficult truth that has likely been avoided up until now. And so how these energies can manifest is all going to be dependent on where these transits are taking place in your own personal birth chart. But collectively, I think we are being faced with a significant decision when it comes to relationships and soul contracts, where the truth has to outweigh any emotions, right? And so karmic partnerships, twin flame connections, we're all about to reach a turning point. Either we're going to heal these past wounds with the energy of the world, or we're going to have to face a hard truth when it comes to the Justice and the Three of Swords. So when it comes to karmic partnerships, it's time to face that hard truth. When it comes to divine unions, it's really time to heal these past wounds. And so there's going to be a feeling of destiny playing out, I feel. And we're going to be challenged. We're always going to be challenged with external circumstances on the path. And so there's going to be clarity. There's going to be honesty. And we have to keep in mind, we have to really balance the energy of spirituality versus rationality. And so there's like a inner conflict playing out with those energies. We've got this intuitive pull with the Piscean energy to surrender and trust the universe. But there's this big clash with the assessment of this reality check with Jupiter and Gemini. And so if you got doubt, this could manifest as spiritual signs constantly as well. I do feel we don't want to overthink the messages that are being shown to us, especially when it comes to signs and synchronicities from the universe. If you're feeling torn between the head and the heart, 1111 on the timer. I always say go with the heart, but we oftentimes do have to rationalize logic over the heart at times. And so if you're receiving signs like 222, 1111, 555, 444, they've all been very big for me, the number 6 in the past week. We're being challenged to trust our inner knowing. These signs are there as validation, but we shouldn't need that constant external validation of our path when we know deep down inside what is true for us. And so we're kind of expanding through these very difficult, hard truths over the coming days. And Jupiter is bringing growth. It's not going to be easy because this growth is usually going to come through the energy of a Three of Swords. And we're going to have to grow through some very difficult realizations or endings. And so maybe something you once believed to be true, especially about a relationship or the twin flame journey as a whole, maybe it's connected to career or a personal journey, it's going to be challenged. And so once the illusions are cleared and we go through this disillusionment process, there's massive potential for deep healing and realignment to your true path. And that's the energy of the world. And I'm getting chills. And so we got to balance the head and the heart. We have to find that balance. We can't ignore our emotions, but we can't cloud the truth because of distorted emotions either. So seek that clarity. Trust whatever is unfolding. Trust the process because divine timing is at play. Divine timing is at play, and what's meant to align with divine will is going to be realigned in these energies. And so release the attachment to the painful stories that you tell yourself. The Three of Swords is asking you to acknowledge the pain. We have to acknowledge the pain, but we can't dwell in it either because we can use this pain as a catalyst for growth. How can you choose a different path? By making a choice from a place of authentic integrity. I think that's big because the Justice card is a reminder that honesty and fairness lead to long-term growth, right? We can't grow if we're not honest with ourselves, and we can't grow if we're not honest with other people. So stay open to these shifts because perspectives are shifting. We're going to have to be adaptable with the Jupiter and Gemini energy playing out, and there's going to be new insights, and it's going to shift our reality in a very profound way. And so remember, new moons in general are not going to influence all of us in the exact same way. They're there to activate a specific house or a specific area in your birth chart, in your life. For me, it is the first house. I've got the Piscean energy in the first house. I've got Jupiter in my fourth house. And so these energies are loud when it comes to my authentic essence, my deep-seated roots. And so right now you kind of got to know how to interpret these transits through the houses, and that will definitely help you find that greater alignment with these cycles of the universe and your purpose. So if you are not sure how these energies are going to play out, and if you are looking for deeper intuitive guidance, please feel free to reach out. There'll be links below in the description box when it comes to booking in a transit chart. I would love to help you work through these energies because this new moon energy is about planting a seed and waiting for that manifestation in 6 months time. And so now is the perfect time to understand your birth chart, work with these energies. So if you're interested, check it out. I also do offer a free 15-minute clarion call if you are interested in leveling up your journey when it comes to mastering your birth chart and understanding astrology with one-on-one astrology mentorship. But let's jump in with some tarot cards and let's see what else needs to come through when it comes to this new moon energy. Okay, so we're going to jump in. We're going to get a couple of oracle cards. I am using the Healing Waters Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. Because of the Piscean stellium, I do think the energy is extra watery. So let's see what the Healing Waters Oracle has to say when it comes to these collective energies. What do we need to know, Spirit? Okay, ride the waves. We get the card of riding the waves. And so we are learning some major life lessons. This is connected to growth. This is connected to Jupiter. You will get through this. I do think emotions are at an all-time intensity, an all-time high. And we get the sirens. And so that's interesting. This Piscean energy really is the call of the mermaid. And so the sirens energy, if you think about the call of the mermaid, there's all kinds of mythical stories about sailors getting called to the ocean by the call of the mermaid or the siren, so to speak, and them never returning back. I'm hearing Atlantis. And so the siren energy, too, is saying you're here to use your own voice. You're here to expand and to embrace this freedom. And so I also feel the call of the siren is saying, get ready to dive into the deep Piscean ocean of emotion, especially with Ride the waves coming through. And there's water codes being activated. There is ancient wisdom being activated. And like I said in the astrology channeling, this intelligence is within each and every one of us. And so there is going to be waves of emotional highs and emotional lows, I feel, over the coming days. But it's like this is the call, the answering of the call. And so we are being asked to embrace our freedom and our sovereignty. And we can't truly be free if we are not in a state of emotional honesty. And so we're kind of going deep into the unknown. We're going into the underworld, into the depth of this Piscean truth. And it takes courage. It takes massive courage to face your fears, to kind of leap into the unknown. And so right now, soul missions are being activated. We're going to need to trust this inner call. And we do have a soul team that is there to work with us. People will show up in the most unexpected ways. So trust that whatever is leaving your life is going to be replaced with something better. And so usually a tower is an indication of a blessing in disguise. So let's go a little bit further here. Look at that. We're using the Angel Wisdom Tarot. We're at the pivot point. We're at the crossroads. And so it's time to take those next steps. You notice on this card, he's holding the world. Oh gosh, we got the Chariot in reversed. And so there could be an emotional breakdown. This to me, I feel is like the energy of the Three of Swords. And so you got to find your determination and your willpower to move through these very intense emotional waves, because the lesson is reaching completion. And so once you find your determination to move forward with the Two of Wands, that's when you're going to be able to expand your plans. It's time to partner with people that share the same vision, that share the same dream. And so something here might be coming to a dead stop with that Cancer energy in reverse, that Chariot energy in reverse. And so trust in that, okay? So we're going to do 9 of these cards. We're going to see what else needs to come through. But I do feel there's some type of mission work being activated. So let's see what we got here. What has Spirit got in store for this new moon? We get the 5 of Coins to the moon reversed. And so there's that reality check. There's that truth coming to light about a sense of lack. We also get the 5 of Swords in reverse. So a couple of 5s is indicating change. We get a King of Swords upright. We get the Lovers in reversed. And so there will be endings in order for divine counterparts to come together. Oh, 555. Expect some very powerful change. We get the 10 of Coins in reversed. We get the Page of Coins. And so all endings do lead to new beginnings. And this is happening very quickly. So get ready for sudden, unexpected change. The Knight of The Knight of Swords is saying there's going to be an event, there's going to be a realization, there could be a message coming that is unexpectedly moving you forward. There is going to be a challenge here for sure with that Knight of Swords. It is the fastest moving knight in the deck. And so there is grief here. I do feel a sense of grief. I do feel a sense of maybe needing assistance, needing to reach out. We do have a King of Swords here that is attached to this Five of Pentacles and this Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And so I feel we've got a king here that has invested a lot of time into some type of false foundation. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse is a false foundation. This is the crumbling of the false beliefs that we have known to be true our whole lives. The King of Swords, I feel, is an energy of needing to communicate clearly. But I do feel maybe there's an energy here of in the past there was poor timing. When it comes to a lover connection, there was poor timing. There's somebody here that I feel went towards a connection that really's been unemotional. There's a very unemotional relationship here. And I do feel there's a King of Swords stepping into his natural authority and cutting ties. It's almost like being emotionally unavailable. The moon reverse is saying, hey, the signs, the things, they're cautioning you. The moon in reverse is a major revelation. Everything will become crystal clear, I feel, over the coming days. And with this Five of Swords in reverse, it's like a recognition of the unwise choice. We've got a King of Swords here, and it is a masculine energy. It doesn't have to be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it could be a masculine that has these energies prominent in their birth chart. Could be a Pisces with the moon. Definitely could be a Gemini, strong Pisces, Gemini energy at play here. And I feel a recognition of, hey, I made a really bad choice. I think recognizing where this person has lacked integrity, where this person has had questionable motives. We've got somebody here so focused on what didn't turn out. Something here definitely didn't turn out as anticipated. And with the Lovers in reverse, this is a clear indication of a separation. It's interesting. I set the time for the tarot part of the reading at 15:07. The energy of the Devil card and the Chariot. It's time to move on from toxic codependent cycles within relationships. I do feel there is a deep, intimate connection here, and we've got a masculine that needs to make a choice from the heart. With a little bit of logic, there's like a recovery energy coming through, and this is a breakdown of something false. And so there is a Tower moment to break somebody free from whatever it is they've built up, maybe with another person over the last 5 years. There is an ending that is leading to a new beginning. And on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Hierophant in reversed, or the Wise Counsel in reversed, to the Three of Cups, to the Six of Wands in reversed, to the Knight of Wands, the Star, and the Knight of Coins in reverse, and then we get the Death card or the Release card. And so there is an ending here. There is an ending here. I feel an ending that's been avoided up until now, but this ending is going to lead to a new beginning. And so I do feel this ending is happening very quickly. It's exposing some type of third-party energy is what it feels like. And third party can be people, places, and things. But there's a lot of struggle here. There's been a conflict with no resolution in sight. And it's like the red flags are really loud, I feel, in the energies. And so this is somebody piecing out of a situation where it's been dark. It's been desolate. There's been a lack of healing. There's been a lack of growth. There's been like a very dry, stagnant energy. When I see that Knight of Wands rushing through the desert, so interesting. I keep being shown the story of 40 nights and 40 days in the desert where Jesus was tempted by Satan. And so somebody here might be being tempted, but it's time to release a situation where there's a lack of dedication, there's a lack of loyalty, and there is a situation here that I feel has really held a masculine energy back. And so a major spiritual transformation is taking place. So let's look a little bit deeper into this Lovers card in reverse. So this might not reach full completion until Gemini season, or until Jupiter in Gemini is out of the post retrograde energy. But yeah, there is a toxic trauma bond here. There's somebody here in the illusion of being trapped. And so all you got to do to break yourself free is be honest and take responsibility for what it is you've created and make another choice. Life is all about choices, right? We all have free will to make our own choices. But I feel this new moon is affording somebody the opportunity to make a choice that will support the path to happiness. But they're going to have to break free from maybe a false belief about, hey, maybe this person thought this was my twin flame, coming into realizing, hey, this is toxic. This is an addictive cycle. This is unhealthy. There's no peace here. There's no contentment here. And it's time to move forward. And so there is divine timing at play. There is a fresh new start, but somebody is going to have to choose to create change. There's going to be sudden, unexpected revelations, which will trigger progress forward. And what do we got? Yeah, we've got a fall from grace. And so look at that. The masculine energy in reversed, the Emperor reversed to the Two of Cups, to the Ten of Swords in reverse. And so, yeah, I do feel some type of cycle of betrayal is reaching completion. There is a masculine here getting a major wake-up call about a false counterpart situation and realizing that maybe they gave all of their energy to the wrong romantic relationship. And so forgiveness is what's going to be needed. That Cupid's arrow energy, I do feel Venus retrograde is bringing the past back up, is dredging up a past betrayal in order to heal something here. There is going to be an opportunity to resurge a romantic relationship from the past, but I feel there's a huge fall from grace, and I do feel there's a masculine struggling with an ego death and bringing forward some type of open-hearted apology. There's definitely an exchange of something lesser for something better. And so I do feel there's an addiction here that needs to come to an end. And Pisces energy is all about addictions, but there's a masculine here that needs to get a heavy burden, a heavy weight off of his shoulders, and he's getting a major wake-up call. So where is this Knight of Swords taking the collective? An opportunity to plant a new seed. Pisces energy is all about planting a new seed. But you're going to have to get over yourself, and you're going to have to take those next guided steps to release a loveless situation, and it might require an apology. So get ready to plant a seed. I just had an unexpected phone call come through, and I know it was not good news. And so there's going to be patience. So trust that the seeds are being planted for the future now. Release any unnecessary worry because blocks are being removed. And there might be an opportunity to return to something that was walked away from. You can't just move on and not close out a cycle. Somebody here is encouraged to make some big life changes, and they're stressed. But get ready because there is a change in priorities when it comes to this new moon in Pisces, and that's what I've got. So if you'd like to go further with me with a personal reading or any type of coaching, check out the links below, and I do look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.